Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of I Am Legion Reborn. I'm currently working on 1.1 and I have a holiday surprise for Halloween and I am super excited to share this update. So I wanted to go back and while I've been working on the armors, I wanted to go back and see if I could actually recreate or create a play the zombie mode to go inside my I Am Legion Reborn mode. So I know a lot of the community has died out on Dying Light 2. I know that the game has not really kept its player base, but I wanted to start creating some really fun things inside the game to hopefully bring some people back and get co-op rocking again. So let me share with you guys kind of what I've been working on. So this first one is the Banshee Hag. So this allows you to play as the actual Banshee Hag inside the game. I did have to change her outfit a little bit just because of the scaling change and her mouth is a little messed up, but for the most part, this model works. And what I've set up here is basically it's the same kind of setup as the setup that I did for the change your outfit and your character. If you go to your stash, you should have a couple of new things in this latest update. So this is getting ready to launch right here before the Halloween event. And so I'm really excited to share with you guys. But as we go through, you guys can see we actually have quite a few new characters to play as now, and one of those includes the Banshee Hag. So you can actually go on here and change your character to the Screamer, a Biter, the Charger, and then also the volatile. And so I'm continuing to work on each one of those. I've learned a lot. I'm also making armor groups. So these armor groups you see here are all based on armor groups and legendary armor that I'm creating based off of the different concepts. But basically, let me show you what it's like to do the actual play as the zombie or play as the Banshee Hag. So what I've set up, and this is meant to simulate, what it would be like when you loot the Banshee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide these Easter eggs out inside the world, and so when you kill a special infected and you loot them, occasionally you will get a legendary drop. And with that legendary drop, you should get a few items. So if we head over to our inventory really quick, first, you should get a knuckle duster. I'm going to remove the name, so it should just be a basic weapon that it should have the icon of the Banshee. You'll get a couple of accessories here, so we'll go ahead and take those. And then underneath the consumables, you'll also get a consumable down here that shows the Banshee as well. So once we have those equipped and in our inventory, we'll go over here and make sure that each one of these is signed. And you see there, that was my spitter one as well. So if we go here and let's step away and let's go ahead and take that consumable. So if we open this up, we should see that we've got some different things we can equip here. For the first one, we've got it says a dull knife, but it is actually the Hag Spit. So we actually have the Hag Spit in here, so you can actually run around the world and shoot spit. And then for the second one, let's go ahead and select that and press T. If we press T, you can see we have our night vision and we have our new knuckle dusters. And this is meant to simulate our fast little Banshee. So you can now jump higher, run faster, do more damage. So these knuckle dusters have quite a few different little perks attached to them. This is not meant to be realistic, but instead something fun to add to the game so that you can actually start running around this environment and exploring the world in a different way. So I will be working on a version for each one of the different special infected and then the biters. I am continuing to work on the different armor groups, and so there's some additional things that I'm trying to get in before the release. But the hope here is that one way or another, all of this is going to get released before Halloween, and so you guys can enjoy this update. 1.1 will be releasing this week. And so the hope here is that you guys can also enjoy this and go out into the world and start looting again and trying to find some of this legendary loot that I've hidden in the world. While I got you guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the other fun things I've been working on. Let me actually head over to one of the bags here. Let's head over to a base. And I think one of my favorite things is running through this world with this jump, with these jump modifiers. It's a lot of fun just flying through the map. Let me show you guys some of the other fun stuff I put together. So we'll start with the torso add-on. So I went ahead and had a little bit of fun with the legendary items that you can find inside the world. And one of the things I was trying to look at was what are something that we can attach to our armor and something that we can play with the concept of the Skinner collection. And so the Skinner collection of armor is based on the idea that you're running around the world and looting the dead and actually able to loot their form and figure. And I'm still trying to see what all I can get away with. Right now, I've been researching a lot of the conflict matrix stuff to see if there's any way that based on wearing the camouflage, you could actually make it to where different groups would attack you, to where, for example, you put on these outfits and then all of a sudden the humans no longer like you, kind of thing. So I'm still researching some of that, but in the meantime, I do have several fun things for you guys to play around with and try, and hopefully you guys like it. So we have torsos, we have legendary torsos, we have different legs as well, and kind of the idea here. And of course, you guys won't be doing any part of this. This will all be coming through the loot. So as you're running through the world and actually killing these different special infected, you will have a small percentage to pick up these items as well. And when you pick these up, you will have to do some mix and matching. So with a lot of the updates, I've been trying to make sure the armor is paired correctly, so you don't have too many things like clipping and gaps and that kind of thing. This one I don't care as much about, and so basically the idea is I've given you some nice obvious icons, so that hopefully you can kind of figure out what goes with what. So the idea here, let's see if we can actually. It looks like I've already got most of this in my inventory. Let me shred some of these additional things. And then we'll put these in the inventory as well. But kind of the idea is that as you're going through, this won't be everything. We'll save some of it maybe so that you guys discover it in the world. But essentially the idea is that as you guys are going through the world, I want you guys to be able to find more loot and enjoy that world a little bit. So basically, the idea here, I didn't really think about this. Now I've got the effects in the menu, but the idea here is that if you go into your stash, you will have these icons that represent the different characters. One of the reasons for this is to also help with a glitch that I found in here. So basically, when you put on these custom armor types, you'll notice that in first person view, if you wear the armor without the actual matching skin, as in the skeleton, if you wear it without the skeleton, you will sometimes get transparency, and that's where the default skeleton. I've tried a couple of different things to see if I could make it work with this custom armor, but I couldn't get it to actually work. So kind of the idea here is that if we wanted to play as one of these very particular special infected, all we have to do is go select the outfit for that special infected. And so when we press this, you can see here that we are now playing as our special infected. A lot of the special infected have messed up rigs. They can't actually be done by the player. And so to help with that, I've had to remove the heads of most of the special infected, which took some work. And then also I've not been able to do every one that I wanted to do because of the deformation of the mesh so bad that I couldn't actually get it how I wanted it. So for the ones I am able to get, if you assign this skin, basically what that will mean is as you go out throughout the world, you'll see that you actually have that volatile in first person. So you are actually able to see yourself really well, and when you move throughout the world, you should have all those matching animations and attacks and all that good stuff. And if we put on the armor, so the idea here is that this is, if you want to get the look, and then if you want to double down and get the actual perks of being a volatile, then you could actually go in here and assign the armor. So for example, we'll throw on this armor set, and what these are doing is these are actually going on top of our player. So you can actually go place these armors on top of your normal guys. So you can see here, he can actually wear a volatile suit if you'd like. And if you want that switch over to where the feet and everything are showing up. So let me show you if I do it with a human and I look down. So you can see here, there's kind of, it's transparent. All you can see are the hands and the feet. But if I go back in here and press X and switch that over, when I look down, you can see I actually see the volatile as well. So then once we have the volatile set up, this is where I've created a couple of different spookity masks. So this is kind of just for the fun Halloween event. So obviously, like I mentioned, I can't actually get the heads working as I would like to due to the skeleton restrictions. So what I did was actually made the Skinner class, and the Skinner class is meant to say that you've actually taken the body parts of the dead and you're actually wearing these guys. And along with that comes these masks that are a black mask with a hood and then the skin of the volatile across the front of it. So a little bit creepier than wearing the actual head, in my opinion. And then you can also still see the skin. So the idea is that you are clearly a human. And you're also just wearing the parts of the fallen volatile. So as you add these different parts, there's a lot of fun different things you can combine. So say, for example, as you're exploring the world and you're finding the different pieces, if you cannot find a volatile piece, you can also find the other pieces of the creatures inside the world. So if you want to play as part volatile, part charger with different headgear, you can as well. So each one of these masks are set up to where they have the skin of the different fallen victims, and they get higher in quality the higher you find. So if you find a corruptor, if you find a volatile, those masks will become higher and higher quality as you go up. Also, if you want to combine these things, but then also add some additional details, I went ahead and tried to have a little bit of fun with this one where basically I wanted to play with that concept of you've got these different pieces. Say you have your regular armor, you have the different things in the game to where you also want to